close in on and come within a week of February the 4th or February the 3rd, whatever the last signing day is, I think that LSU can end this class really well. We talked about this last night. I think that they can end with Harold Perkins. I think that they could end with Javonte Citizen. I think that they could end with Jacoby Matthews. If they land all three, let me say this. I do not want to hear anything else about Brian Kelly recruiting. Never a word ever. Because where they started to where they'll end up with those three guys and those three recruits, they'll have 5 more spots left, by the way, to go inside a transfer portal or do whatever it is that they want to do. Grad transfer, whatever. Maybe if there's a high school guy out there that we're not talking about, sure. Or that they haven't really targeted yet. Maybe there's somebody uncommitted that perks up late, maybe in the next couple of days. I don't know that. What I do know is that if he does, even if you land 2 of the 3, I really am going to have a hard time listening to people talk negatively about Brian Kelly and recruiting. And look, we'll see. But Dennis Allen is very interesting. Sean even brought him up in the press conference today, calling him a really big and good candidate. What is your feeling around Dennis Allen? Obviously, it seems like he leads for a position, but what are you feeling? What are you hearing?
Yeah, look, I think with Dennis Allen, that's the front runner, right? And again, potentially looking at Aaron Glenn, DC of the Lions right now, they're going to have to do some due diligence. Gail Benson said they're going to look inside and outside. Eric Bieniemy is a hot name, obviously, that people are suggesting. I even thought about Doug Peterson just because of his ties to Sean Payton. That could be somebody that an outside guy. I mean, there's really just limitless possibilities. But if I was talking to now, if you're saying who's going to fill this role, here's how I'd see this play out. Dennis Allen would take the head coaching job, frees up the DC spot. You put Ryan Nielsen or Chris Richard in that position because Chris Richard is getting interest from the Steelers and now the Ravens for their DC spot. So you can keep him. Pete Carmichael calls the plays. Then maybe you say Mickey Loomis takes more of a presidential role in the team, and that opens up Jeff Ireland to take the GM spot. I mean, I could see this potentially playing out that way. Whoever's going to be their next coach, a couple things is they're going to have to be willing to come in and do the work, is what I would tell you. And a lot of people blow over the salary cap, all this kind of crap, but they'll be fine. They're going to make it work. They're going to make things happen. They're still going to have a competitive roster. I don't think this is a rebuild type situation.
I agree.
The biggest questions you still have to answer, who's your quarterback? Who's going to catch the ball? That's the 2 biggest things that you got to answer because their defense year over year is going to stay the same. You still have to make big decisions on if you're going to keep Quan Alexander. And then what are you going to do with Marcus Williams? Because you could franchise tag him and still keep him, but I know they want to try to get some type of long-term deal done. PJ Williams is another guy. I mean, he's played his way to get a better contract instead of these year-to-year deals that he's been on. So offensive side of the ball, a lot of question marks there. You still have some good core, good nucleus. And if they can get powered by that defense, I mean, I feel confident in Pete Carmichael's ability to call plays. I just don't know what they do at the quarterback spot. And I think that's the bigger question for me is if you see this play out, it's got to be DA. Everybody else gets promoted in-house, and then you start making everything else work.